Matrix Lord 212, and I gotta talk about the Marvel Comics crazy news that happened the past couple of days. For one, concerning the movies, Avengers 3 is supposed to be the Infinity Gauntlet. There is going to be no female Thor character in Infinity Gauntlet. There is going to be no Falcon becoming Captain America in the movie in Avengers 3. There is going to be no new Iron Man suit like the ones in the comics. There's probably new suits, but not the same one. Um, After the Infinity Gauntlet in Avengers 3, Avengers 4 has been long rumored to have a new roster of Avengers. Then, and only then, is it possible to see these new characters. Now, as far as Angela goes, if you remember, she was from the Spawn universe. She's actually Odin's long lost daughter, Thor's sister. Um, she may appear in Thor 3, not sure. I don't think so because it probably has something to do with the Enchantress, Loki, and stuff like that. If it was a Thor 4, that would be awesome. But I really don't think it's too soon to throw these characters in there. Way too soon. I mean, let's have some time with Chris Evans as Captain America before we have a new Captain America. Let's enjoy Winter Soldier. Let's get stuff going. Way too soon to throw that stuff in the movies. And like I said, of all the choices, the one that I'm most happy with is Sam Wilson as the Falcon. Only because I've been reading comics for a long, long time, and if anybody is deserving to be Captain America, it's Sam Wilson. Now, the Falcon. The problem that I have is that I feel, and I'm a huge, huge Marvel Comics fan, I feel like this is way too similar to like the DC's 52, where you're trying to change everybody at the same time, and I don't think it's gonna work. I mean, as far as a female Thor, I'm really not crazy about it at all. I can't lie. I am gonna give it a chance. I'm really not happy with them calling the new Iron Man comic Superior Iron Man because I feel that that's I know Dan Slott probably doesn't think so, but he basically made the Superior name cool. So to have someone else bite off of it or take it or use it and just Superior Iron Man, that title sucks. And the armor, I don't know, man. It reminds me of when they changed the Vision and he was all white and I couldn't stand it. I mean, we already have Silver Surfer, we have Iceman. I don't want him to look similar to that. I mean, I'm not really crazy about Iron Man's look either. And, this whole thing with the Inhumans, they're trying to push them all of a sudden. They could have pushed them like I don't know how many freaking decades. Now you're pushing Inhumans. Um, okay, whatever. Doctor Strange looks basically the same. I mean, Deathlock, okay, they've tried to bring him back I don't know how many times. He was cool back in the day too. Winter Soldier, okay. Angela, I really feel they should have before they did this whole nonsense with the female Thor, they should have at least have Thor interact with his sister for a while. It could have been a lot of awesome stories before they just did this nonsense. Ultimately, I feel that this is one of those decisions that is not going to work. We're already losing Wolverine. Wolverine's gonna die, which is bull. I don't know what the heck's going on with the Fantastic Four. I gotta start reading that again. Not happy with the new Ghost Rider. The characters are becoming unrecognizable to what I read and what I like. So, pretty soon, with the exception of still collecting Amazing Spider-Man and Silver Surfer, I'm not gonna be even checking out those books. Maybe Fantastic Four. I don't know. I'd have to have a soft spot. I mean, I used to collect everything Marvel, but now my limit's getting I'm just getting my tolerance level is getting. I'm getting kind of pissed. So as far as the Red Skull having onslaught powers and I mean Cosmic Cube okay, but he's not onslaught. So I don't know if I'm crazy about that either. I mean, and Steve Rogers. While I agree with Falcon being a great choice, he kind of purged himself from the super soldier serum back in the 90s, where it was just part of his regular system now. Like, it was basically eliminated from his system, and his body is just, I guess, reproducing it or whatever. I don't know if it's connected with the Red Skull storyline, but I'm not really crazy about the fact that he was going to be old, and not really crazy about that. I mean, what I feel what they should do is if that's going to be the case where the Falcon's going to take over, then have him get restored, but then get frozen again. And bring him back in like 10 years or 20 years or something. Steve Rogers. But they'll never do that. They'll probably bring him back in like 3 years or less, maybe 2 years. Because this is what usually happens. These things go on for like a year. People get pissed off, or a little more than a year, 2 years, and then it's restored. When they did that whole thing with Ben Reilly being the real Spider-Man, I think it was Spectacular Spider-Man 226. I think I died at the end of that comic. I was pissed. I was so enraged and angry. And then for like a couple of years, like Peter Parker wasn't in his own comic. It was terrible. I mean, the books were cool, but it's not Peter Parker, and they brought Peter Parker back, but then they killed Ben Reilly, and I kind of liked Ben Reilly as, when he was Scarlet Spider. So I guess that was the only way to bring him back, to get rid of Ben Reilly altogether. But I don't, why can't they do stuff with the books where they don't have to like kill off the characters or change them? Why can't the writing get so deep that they experience something new or something that changes them where they have to deal with it the whole year or two? I mean, it's just, I don't know. I mean, like, why? Why do you have to new costume, new character, old character, losing their powers, dying, I mean, coming back. I mean, we've seen this so many times. I'm tired of it. So, can't we do stuff with the characters without killing them off? Or, you know, I mean, I think so. So, other than that, I wish Marvel luck, but I'm not really crazy with what's going on. I will probably check out Captain America because I like the idea of Falcon. But we'll see on the other books. All right, take care. Bye for now.